VA and me, 17 months in a nightmare. Welcome to Al's Garage. I'm Lieutenant Colonel C.T. Sorrentino, United States Air Force, retired. I served over 20 years in uniform, Croatia, Macedonia, the Persian Gulf, Guam, England, Italy. Sniper fire, mortars, burn pits. I've seen what real danger looks like. And I never thought I'd say this, but some of the hardest battles I've fought haven't been on foreign soil. They've been right here inside the United States, inside the Veterans Health Administration. I am a 100% disabled combat veteran, and for the past 17 months, I've been stuck in the VA system, trying to get help for long COVID, neurological problems, chronic respiratory issues, and a laundry list of symptoms that have upended my life. I flew here from Portugal in August of 2024 asking for answers. What I got instead were excuses. The VA couldn't or wouldn't give me a diagnosis. They passed me around from clinic to clinic like a hot potato. Each new doctor acted like the last one had never existed and looked at me like I had a dick growing out of my forehead. Then came the kicker, the diagnosis that was not relevant at all, somatic symptom disorder, which is bureaucratic code for we think it's all in your head, asshole. Imagine that. After decades of service, exposure to combat stress, toxic air, and explosions, the great VA solution was to gaslight me into thinking I was imagining my own suffering. That's their modern playbook. When they can't fix you, they blame you. When they can't diagnose you, they pathologize you. And when you demand accountability, they label you difficult. I started calling out what I saw: unprofessional behavior, missed diagnoses, doctors more worried about the political correctness and trauma-informed buzzwords than actually doing their damn jobs. I said it, they were incompetent and woke and uninterested. That's when the retaliation began. First came the warnings. I was told my tone was unacceptable. Then the Vancouver VA threatened to restrict my secure messaging, my only reliable way to communicate about appointments and test results. Then I was flagged as a disruptive patient. You know what that means? It means they tag your records so every provider who opens your file sees a red flag, a warning that says essentially, be careful with this one, he's trouble. It's a scarlet letter, a tool to silence veterans who refuse to play nice while their care falls apart. They didn't bother asking why my tone was quote unquote inappropriate or why my behavior had suddenly changed, like many things in my life. I'm sick. My fucking brain doesn't work, assholes. But they forgot who they were talking to. I didn't spend 2 decades leading thousands of airmen, 26 months in combat, to be intimidated by a government employee with a clipboard. I earned my right to speak the truth, and if the truth makes them uncomfortable, then that's their problem, not mine. Let's be clear. I wasn't asking for miracles. I was asking for medicine. 17 months, no clear diagnosis. No rational diagnosis, I should say. Somatic symptom disorder is not a diagnosis. Since I've gotten health care in the private sector, within the last month and a half, I've received 4 diagnoses: long COVID, mast cell activation syndrome, ME/CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome, and myencephalitis or something. And the OHSU long COVID clinic, the head of that just saw me and diagnosed me with dysautonomia. Okay, so yeah, No diagnosis. Oh, no clear diagnosis at the VA. And along with that goes no consistent treatment plan, just circular referrals, dismissive notes, and bureaucratic cover your ass behavior from people who should know better. So did I always, I did as I have always done with the system breaks down. I documented everything, every email, every note, every contradiction. And I filed a complaint with the VA Office of the Inspector General. That's what led me to create Al's Garage. This isn't just a podcast, it's a record, it's documentation. It's an archive of what happens when veterans are left to fight the very system that was built to serve them. I'm not here to complain. I'm here to hold people accountable. Because behind every VA failure is a veteran who's losing time, like me, losing health, like me, and losing faith, like me. Some don't make it. Many give up. Some die waiting for care. God knows I've come close several times to giving up in the last 17 months. 22 veterans a day kill themselves. I think it's much higher than that. I think the VA is playing down those numbers because after what I've seen, 22 a day doesn't cut it. But now I know why and for what. Because a few overpaid bureaucrats are more worried about being woke than being competent. They say I'm difficult. Damn right I am. I'm difficult because I care. Because silence enables incompetence, apathy, and corruption. Because pretending everything's fine while veterans suffer is not patriotism, it's cowardice, it's negligence. I didn't take an oath to protect this country just to roll over when the government turns its back on us. So here's my message to the VA. If you can't handle veterans who demand competence, you're in the wrong line of work. If you think calling out medical negligence is aggressive, you don't belong in public service. If you can't stand accountability, then maybe you should find another agency where failure goes unnoticed, because I'm not going away. I am not backing down, and I will never stop speaking up for myself, for my brothers and sisters in arms, and for every veteran trapped in this same broken system. See you next time.